Hey, welcome back. This is Polo with Polo Trading LLC, and it's the $100 ARK ETF Challenge Week 14. I can't believe it is Week 14, and this is a special week because this is after the election. My God, this was a long week. This is a long week, and just to give a brief update from last week, we thought the market was going. I thought the market was going to do some crazy stuff. One thing it did do was do well. It bounced back. It really bounced back. So let me get right into it. Just in case you've never been or this is your first video. My name is Polo. I'm Polo Trading LLC, and I've been trading just as a hobby for several years, actually 2 decades. And I finally decided to go ahead and really start working towards long term growth. And when I started looking at long term growth, I started looking at how beneficial an ETF could be, and that's basically like a group of stocks, and it creates really great uh, um, uh, diversity in your portfolio. And started learning about some, and it's like, man, it's so many, it's too many for me. So I wanted to see, okay, well, what can I really do? What can I really invest in? And I saw that Miss Kathy, Miss Catherine, Miss Kathy Wood, who's the CEO, CIO of ARK Investment Management, actually has she actually created her own ETFs, and they've been doing extremely well for several years. And I was like, wow, well, like what's so special about them? Well, she really focuses on disruptive innovation. Long story short, she focuses on any companies that changes the way we operate, the way we live. Plain and simple, changes the way the world works. So I was like, man, there's so many, so many great ones, and all of them seem to be doing well. And she got about seven of them. So she's going to invest $100 in each one of them, and that's where the $100 ARK ETF challenge. So I encourage everybody, if you want to play along, go along and challenge along. Please join me. Please post. Please comment about when you post it up. Again, this is for long term growth. So this while I do day trade sometimes, these are I just put in $100. I'm not taking any money out, not to put any extra money in for at least 1 year. And to a certain degree, sometimes I wish I could put in more, because then it wouldn't be an extra, it wouldn't be a challenge anymore, right? But I could use another platform as well. Right now, I'm just using my Robinhood platform. So that's that. So I really want to go over the funds real fast to see how things are going, because again, this week was amazing. I'm not going to get too political, but the market absolutely responded to the somewhat of a stalemate at first, or when we still were trying to figure out who's going to be elected as president. Would it have been Trump getting a second term or Biden? And one thing that happened is that Biden took a lead, and when Biden took that lead, okay, when Biden took that lead, let me stop sharing for a minute. When Biden took that lead, what happened is that people started recognizing that, okay, there are certain things that he's going to do differently, whether it's about the coronavirus or some of that nature, or what stocks will be able to go up. And henceforth, I'm encouraging everybody to, again, electric vehicle, clean energy, as well as green energy, meaning cannabis. Several states also passed, where there's decriminalizing marijuana or legalizing marijuana or medical marijuana. Several states. I live in Missouri. They like we have medical marijuana, and some of the uh, places are starting to open up. Oregon. Oh, Oregon is going to be a great experiment because they just legalized like heroin, cocaine, like meth. So good luck. But hopefully the medical treatment comes with that. So it's one thing to decriminalize, okay, and it's the criminalization of the use, okay. So not the distribution, not the distribution. It's not okay to sell drugs, okay. And if you're struggling with drug addiction, please get some assistance, get some help, okay. I have people in my family who's struggling with addiction. It's serious. Get some help, get some assistance, and make sure your family members work with people in your family. Okay. Okay. Anyway, so this is about stocks. So with that being said, let me go back and share my screen and share where we're at. And we bounced back. I mean, week 12, week 13 was pretty rough. Pretty rough. It was we had, let me make this a little bigger. We had week 12, week 13, we had basically 2 weeks, 3 weeks in a row of decline. Yeah, my bad. 11, 12, 13. But week 14 came back and came back, did very well. ARK F bounced back very well. ARK G bounced back. ARK K bounced back. ARK Q bounced back. ARK W bounced back, probably bounced back the most. I'm going to break down why. Israel bounced back even a little bit, and even Print bounced back to bring us back to $846. Again, I started out at 700. Now we at 846, and which that means I would have a return on investment of 20%. I'm loving that all day, every day. Okay. And again, like I mean, this is a huge difference. This is a huge difference. And I mean, it's nerve wracking. But again, this is during an election, during an unprecedented election. We've never had an election like this. Both candidates received the most votes ever received. Trump received the most Republican votes ever received. Biden received the most Democratic votes, the most votes a president has ever received in the country, in history. I mean, so that was incredible. So a lot of great things. But again, like I said, ARC W probably bounced back the most and the best. Um, So, with that being said, one of the things that I really looked at, right? I always look at each week. I figure out, like, I look at, okay, I see what's going on. I see the stock, right? This is my Robin Hood again. I want to make sure you all know, like, look, my total return, like, we at $125.56. Okay, so this is real money. This is my real account. Okay, this is not for play. This is not for fake or play. I just said plake. I apologize. Maybe it's a new word. Play fake. Plake. Anyway, so the ARC Next Generation Internet. Okay. This is when it comes to internet, web, next generation internet. What is next generation internet? Cloud computing, e-commerce, social platforms, blockchain, P2P. Listen, blockchain. Also, looking into the Bitcoins. Bitcoin is having it all like back up to some pretty highs way back in January 2018. So again, this is a major week for ARC W. So what I looked at was like, okay, I always take a look at the like, okay, how did it look over the week, and then I go and I try to take a look at the top 10 companies. What happened with them? Another thing that happened this past week with the elections is that when they saw how Biden was taking the lead, let me stop sharing. When Biden started taking the lead, and then they saw Mitch McConnell, Lindsey Graham, and several other Republican senators get reelected. They know, and this is something I hope people understand, that Biden, while he will be president, with Kamala Harris, shouts out to her, first African American in Indian American, first African Indian American woman to be voted in as vice president. A woman as vice president has a great chance of most likely being president in 2 years. That's a whole nother story. But right now there are court cases going on with some of the big tech companies, some of the with some of the antitrust companies, because the media, the social media is just getting too big, and they collect a huge amount of information about each and every one of us. So Facebook, um, and Twitter, and several others. It's like, hey, wait a minute, like y'all doing too much. So these things are happening in court. Well, because of how Democrats will come through, but Republicans are still leading and taking care of the Senate. This is important to understand. As if the Senate does not become the majority, like if the Democrats do not take the majority of the Senate, which we'll have elections in January. We have a runoff uh, in January, specifically from Georgia. If those two seats go to the Democrats, that means Mitch McConnell will not be the Senate Majority Leader. As of right now, he is still the Senate Majority Leader. If we have a Democrat president, but a Republican Senate Majority Leader, the Senate Majority Leader can always just any bills that come through that Democrats want. Mitch McConnell has the past 12 years, pretty much, almost 12 years, of saying, nope, I'm not doing anything. I'm not going to let anything pass, even if it does benefit my people, if even it does benefit my constituents. I'm not letting anything pass from Democrats. I'm not making this up. It's in history. You can Google it, you can research it. This is his philosophy. Okay. I'm not making this up. I'm not choosing sides. He just says, I'm not doing anything that's going to make y'all look good, even if it hurts my people. That's his philosophy, whatever. Um, so with that being said, even if since Biden will become the president, it's going to be really challenging for him to get anything pushed or done through Congress. Um, but then also, Mitch McConnell will have a hard time getting anything pushed through Congress if he doesn't like play along in some shape or fashion, because then the president can just veto it. With that being said, companies are understanding that the laws that are really favorable for us right now won't most likely won't change in 2 years. And if they're not going to change in 2 years, we can keep conducting business the way we're conducting business. If we're conducting business the way we're conducting business right now, we're going to keep making money. And this is what some of the stock people who are really heavy in the stock market also understands as well. So this is way longer than I expected to share, but it's important to understand where we are at right now and what to look out for. Because if anything shifts or changes, you might want to take a different position in certain things. So now back to what I was sharing here, and I looked at like, okay, what companies, what are the top 10, and I saw that Teladoc Health Incorporated was in the top 10 now. I was like, wait a minute, that was kind of like, I mean, I've seen it before, but what is going on with Teladoc? And for those who don't know, Teladoc Health, uh, first off, just this year alone has gone from $83 a share to right now $200 a share. Um, 1 year out it was $80 a share again. Yep, and yeah, 5 years ago it was like $17 a share, right? And it really started coming up. Of course, the technology, how things are going, but when COVID came through, my God, like it shot up um, to a peak of $237. When I mean, COVID is pushing this, and unfortunately, we are starting to get way more cases right now. So please be mindful, be careful. Listen, people, wear your mask, okay? If you're gonna be out, I was out all weekend. I was outdoors, I was indoors, wore a mask, had my own hand sanitizer with me. I didn't eat after people. Okay, I'm letting please take care of yourselves. And it's not about like know, restricting yourself, but it's making sure that if you have the virus and you are asymptomatic, it go no anyway. But long story short, Teladoc is basically a company that focuses on telecommunications when it comes to medical services. So I even had to use Teladoc to go and meet with one of my doctors over the summer. Okay, so again, this is something that I'm using, and because of COVID, because of health concerns, because of the flu season, because of so many other things, Teladoc is going to continue to grow and rise most likely. I'm not a financial advisor. I say that every video. Please do your own research. Please think about what's coming up. Okay. And another thing is that many people in the past, normally try to get in as many doctor visits during the when the school is out. Okay. So school has been indoors, right? Or a lot of people have been still having homeschool, whatever case may be. But I don't know. It might go up. But when I looked at ARK W for the week and seeing how that went up, I'm like, okay, it looks pretty consistent. But then I looked at Teladoc as well. It looks very similar. Okay. So these are some things that look similar, but also the market went up as well. Like the whole market like jumped up. Like not everything, but the majority of like S&P 500, all that stuff was like, yes, we like the fact that we ain't gonna be changing how we gotta conduct business anytime soon. We like that a lot. So with that being said, that's pretty much it for right now. Um, I want to say thank you for everybody who's been following. Thank you for everybody who's commenting. Please let me know what you want to learn more about. Check out some of the digital coins, the currency, digital currency. A lot of countries are starting to get involved. In fact, Russia literally is building investing in infrastructure to where they're mining. They have something that like where they're mining 2.5 bitcoins a day. Again, that's $13,000, or I'm sorry, 26, 30 something $1,000 a day. And they're investing in Bitcoin now. More countries are getting involved, specifically with Bitcoin, not creating their own coins, but with Bitcoin itself. So again, just take a look at that, and it's also been pretty good when all the different fluctuations going on in in the um in the market as well. So please let me know. Please hit the like button, hit that subscribe button. Holler at me. Holler at me on whether it's on YouTube, Facebook. I'm gonna get my Instagram popping soon. Doing stuff shortly. But hey, I'm enjoying this. I appreciate you all. I'm taking a look. I'm gonna go, keep my eye out for a lot of people talking about the stock plug. Some people are focusing on the different manufacturers of charging systems for electric vehicles, and Neo is still popping. Neo came back up. I was so proud of little Neo. I'm so proud of little Neo. I'm so glad little Neo got back up. Neo was struggling. I was scared for little Neo, but Neo is doing some big things. So take a look at Neo. NIO is another one, right? They supposed to be the Chinese version of Tesla with a interchangeable battery that changes the battery out in 3 minutes, and then they actually supposed to be expanding out to Denmark. So again, it's a lot of opportunity out here. So rather, there's always ways to make some money. You can always figure out how to make some money. You just got to know where to aim your energy at. So thank you, love you all. Have a good night or a good day, good morning, and I'm just glad this election is over. Hallelujah.